students. Today I will be explaining the problems under working capital management. In the last slide, recorded slide video, I have sent you what is working capital, what are the factors affecting working capital, and what are the different types of working capital. Today we will deal with the first problem under working capital management. Even in the last slide, I have sent you the format of preparing the working capital management. How to calculate working capital, I have sent you the format also. Hope you have gone through the format and you know how to prepare. What are the items to be included under the working capital management. Okay, so I'll read out the problem here first. Prepare an estimate of working capital requirement from the following data. Sales credit period 3 months 40 lakh, raw materials 12 lakh, wages paid 15 days in arrears 9 lakh 60,000, manufacturing expenses 1 month in arrears 6 lakh, administrative expenses 1 month in arrears 1 lakh 20,000, sales promotion payable in advance for 3 months 1 lakh, income tax payable means outstanding 25,000. The company enjoys 1 month credit from the suppliers of raw materials, that is creditors. Okay, from the creditors, suppliers is nothing but the creditors. So from the creditors, you will get 1 month credit. It maintains 2 months stock of raw material and 1 month stock of finished goods. Cash balance is maintained at rupees 50,000 and a precautionary balance assume 10% for the contingencies. Okay, so these are the information given. We have to prepare now working capital. Remember the format. We have to go along with the format. How to prepare the working capital statement. Okay, so I'll go for the solution here. See, statement showing estimation of working capital. First thing A, you will write current assets. I have given in the format. You see the format. In the format itself I have given. First one is current assets. So you have to write here current assets. Under that, first item is inventory. Okay, so inventory you have to write. Inventory is nothing but the stock. Under the stock we have two, raw materials, work in progress and finished goods. Okay, now here inventory, right? First one, inventory. Under that, A, subdivision A, raw materials. Now here we have to write stock. How much stock of raw material is remaining? Now how to calculate the stock is, go to the problem and see what is the total raw material you have. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Raw material you will write here, and then you will, for the calculation, you will first see what is the total raw material. So I'll go to the problem and check what is the total raw material. So raw material is 12 lakh. Come to the solution here. So 12 lakh into how many months do they maintain the stock? You have to check the problem. In the problem they will be given 2 months stock, 1 month stock of raw material. That stock word should be there. So you will check here. See here it is given. It maintains 2 months stock of raw material. So how much months they maintain the stock of raw material? 2 months. So go to the problem. 12 lakh into 2 months. 2 by 12 you will get 2 lakh rupees. Okay, so the calculation is total raw materials 12 lakh into how many months do they keep. If it is months, divided by 12. If it is days, 365. If it is month, then 12. Okay, now 12 lakh into 2 months stock they have given in the problem. So 2 by 12 it is 2 lakh rupees. Next, B, work in progress. See, work in progress means the goods are in process. It has not been completed, it is in the process. So, in the problem you have to check whether there is work in progress in the problem. If it is there, then there will be like work in progress for 2 months, work in progress for 3 months, like that. So, you have to check whether there is work in progress given in the problem. The work in progress word itself is not given, or material under process, like it is not given in the problem. It means there is no work in progress. So that I have written here work in progress. In outer column you have written nil. There is no work in progress in this problem. In this problem, ಈ problem ಅಲ್ಲಿ work in progress ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ work in progress ಅಂತ word mention ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ problem ಅಲ್ಲಿ. So work in progress ಇಲ್ಲ. So put a right here nil. In the outer column it is a nil. Next C is finished goods. Now in the working note I have given C the next after inventory, first one raw material, second work in progress, third one is finished goods. Now how to value the finished goods? Finished goods are always valued at cost of a production. Finished goods are valued at a cost of a production. Now how to calculate the cost of production? That also I have given a note in the last format. That is raw material, wages, manufacturing expenses and administrative expenses. Now here finished goods you have written in the bracket, write cost of production. Now go to the problem and write the one by one. Raw material, what is the total raw material you have? 12 lakh. Raw material 12 lakh plus wages, how much? 9,60,000. Manufacturing expenses 6 lakh. Administrative expenses 1,20,000. So all the 4 items you have to add. Okay. So what here I have written the amount here because I have given the note already. In the note I have given what is cost of production. It includes raw material, labor, manufacturing and administration. So that's why I have not written again here. So 12 lakh is raw material, 9,60,000 is wages, 6 lakh is manufacturing expenses and 1,20,000 is administrative expenses. I have totaled all the 4. You will get 28,80,000 into now how many months stock of finished goods. Once you get the cost of production, it should be multiplied by months or days or years of stock. Now here if you go to the problem, you will get here 1 month stock of finished goods. So I'll repeat here 1 month stock of finished goods. So come to the problem, 1 month. So 28,80,000 into 1 by 12, you will get to 2,40,000. Okay, this is how we have to calculate the finished goods. Finished goods are valued at the cost of production. Cost of production includes raw materials, wages, and manufacturing and administrative expenses and administrative. So all the 4 total, it is 28,80,000 into 1 by 12, it is 2,40,000. Next is the debtors. So if you go to the format and if you check what is the next item, it is debtors. So debt are always valued at cost of sales. Cost of sales. So cost of sales, you have to go to the problem and check what is the cost of sales. Cost of sales, I have given you the this thing format itself. Cost of production plus selling is equal to cost of sales. So cost of production already you have calculated 28,80,000. I have written again here because cost of production plus selling is equal to cost of sales. 28,80,000 plus selling and distribution expenses. So go and sell. See, here it is given sales promotion expenses payable in advance for 3 months. We want the total sales promotion, that is 1 lakh rupees. So here the 1 lakh you have to add to 28,80,000. It is 29,80,000. So you will get the cost of sales. Okay, I'll repeat. Debtors are valued at the cost of sales. Cost of sales is 28,80,000 plus 1 lakh is equal to 29,80,000 into 3 by 12. 3 by 12. Now how you will get 3 by 12? That is debtors. How many months they say if you sell the goods on credit, how many months credit you give? How many months credit you give? Okay, so here you will get sales. See, when you sell the goods, then only the debtors will come. When you sell the goods on credit, then only the debtors will come. So in the sales itself they are given credit period is 3 months. It means when you sell the goods on credit, you will get a debtors. When you purchase the goods on credit, then creditors. Okay. So here 3 months. So into 3 by 12, you will get a 7,05,000. Okay. 7,05,000 you will get as a cost as a debtors. Next, is there any prepaid expenses? You have to check in the problem. Is there any prepaid expenses? So check in the problem. Is there any prepaid expenses? Go to the problem and check whether you have any prepaid expenses. Okay. So when you check the problem here, go and check the problem. Prepaid is advance. When you have paid anything advance. See, it is arrears. Arrears is outstanding. Arrears is outstanding. Arrears is outstanding. We want prepaid. Prepaid expenses. So it is see, sales promotion expenses paid in advance 3 months. So advance, it means it is prepaid. Now sales promotion how much? 1 lakh. Into how many months prepaid? 3 months. So here come to the problem. 1 lakh into 3 by 12 you will get 25,000. Okay. So no other prepaid, only one item you have as prepaid, that is advance. So I have written here advance 25,000. Then you total it, you will get what is the total of gross working capital. Okay. So what is the total of gross working capital? Okay. Now debtors, this is 7,45,000. Okay. 7,45,000. Calculate and write 7,45,000. It is okay. Maybe by writing it has come blur. It is 5,45,000. This is 4. Okay. This is 4. 7,45,000. Gross working capital, the total of this current assets, the total is 11,38,500. Okay. Next is continuation. Less current liabilities. All the current liabilities you have to deduct. The current liabilities, usually you have creditors. Creditors always it will be there. Then any outstanding, if it is there, then you have to take. Okay. So creditors. Now creditors will come when you purchase the goods on credit. So when you see the problem here, the company enjoys 1 month credit from the suppliers. The suppliers is nothing but the creditors of raw material. So 1 month there is a creditors here. So creditors will come only when you purchase the goods on credit. Okay. The purchase here is only the raw material. Okay. So 12 lakh we have to take creditors here. Creditors, purchase of raw materials, 12 lakh. This is raw material. This is raw material amount. Raw material into 1 by 12. 1 by 12 is nothing but the how many months credit you enjoy. Okay. You enjoy 1 month credit. So into 1 by 12 you will get 1 lakh rupees. Then any outstanding. If you check any outstanding, see here manufacturing expenses outstanding 1 month. So 9,60,000 total into 1 by 12. So here if you check manufacturing expenses 6 lakh into 1 by 12, 50,000. Then administrative expenses 1 month in arrears. Again administrative expenses outstanding 1,20,000 into 1 by 12. See here 1,20,000 into 1 by 12. Okay, so 2 manufacturing expenses is over. Then sales is advance, that is already current assets it is. Income tax payable, this is payable refers to outstanding, full amount is outstanding. Here they have not mentioned month, it is outstanding total amount. Okay, so the total amount is outstanding here. So the total amount will be shown here, that is 25,000. Okay, income tax payable ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಫುಲ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ಸ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದು ಇದು ಫುಲ್ ಔಟ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ current liabilities, income tax payable 25,000. Then one more we have in the beginning, say wages 15 days in arrears. 15 days. Now everything is here, it is mentioned in months. Okay, so 15 days means what? It is half a month. Half a month means 1 month idu half. 1 month idu 1 idu half is to 0.5. See here I have written 0.5. Half 15 days. 15 days and half month. Okay, so 1 month alla half. 1 idu half is to 0.5. So 9,60,000 idu wages. Total wages is 9,60,000 into 0.5 divided by 12 ಅಂದರೆ 15 days. 15 days ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮಂತಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಮಂತಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಹಾಫ್ ಮಂತ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? 0.5. ಸೊ ಹಾಫ್ ಮಂತ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮಂತ್ ಇನ್ ಇಯರ್ 12. ಸೊ 9,60,000 into 0.5 divided by 12 you will get 40,000. Okay, now you total and write in the outer column 2,25,000. Okay, then after that you have to deduct. See this amount is there, no? 11,38,500. Deduct the current liabilities, that is 2,25,000. You will get 10,35,000. Then at the end of the problem they have given it is add 10% for contingencies. Contingencies refers to unexpected things that we have to add at the end. Now it is 10%. 10% is what whatever the amount is there as a net working capital, 10,35,000, on which you have to calculate 10%. 10% you will get 1,03,500. Now add that contingencies. Contingencies means in future if there is some problem comes, they keep aside certain funds. So that certain fund is called as contingencies. So that has to be calculated on the amount of net working capital into the percentage. That is 10,35,000 into 10%. You will get 1,03,500. Then add it, you will get 11,38,500. Okay. So go through the problem, understand it. If you have any doubts regarding the solution, any amount you are not understanding or any point you have not understood, you can message me personally and you can ask whatever the doubts if you have, clear it. Okay. If any doubts you have, you clear it, otherwise it becomes a problem for the next. Okay. So go through and understand the problem. It is important for the exam also. I am repeating, working capital management is very important chapter, so I have started it in the first so that you will get a time for the revision also. You can understand what it is. You can message me personally about anything which you have not understood. Okay. Thank you.